Hi everybody, I'm here reporting on yesterday's 1-0 win for Rangers against Hearts at Ibrox. And on Remembrance Sunday, I think it's fair to say the fans put on a better display than the team actually did. It was yet another underwhelming performance. That sort of game has become the norm, really, at Ibrox, or even worse in away games domestically. That used to be a one-off game where everybody moaned and groaned, but they knew it was a one-off, and you wouldn't see it happen again for maybe a few months. That is now the norm for us. Just slow pedestrian passing, guys missing tackles, guys being shrugged aside, being outthought by the opposition. It was all there yesterday. But even worse, for once, I can actually say the away team, in this case Hearts, actually deserved to take a draw out of that. We were so lucky to get away with the 3 points. That's about the only positive. We won the 3 points. Oh, and I suppose we had a clean sheet, and that was it. Nothing else. For an away team like Hearts to come and equal you in practically every stat, bar shots, was ridiculous. I think they had the 50% possession, as well as practically the same number of passes and stuff like that. But they only had 2 shots at goal, none on target. So thankfully, none of their shots went on target or really anywhere near the goal, apart from twice, I think. We, meanwhile, only had 8 shots, which is a disgrace for a home game, and I think 3 were in target. So the stats show just how bad we were and how dominant even Hearts were, apart from in shooting, obviously. And I'll get rid of their efforts, their dangerous moments right now, because I heard when I watched it back on TV that night, I heard commentators saying things like Hearts were so unlucky after all the chances they made. They didn't make chances, they had 2 efforts. The first one was when Suter mishit or underhit a pass back to Butland, and Vargas ran onto it, and thankfully Super Jack Butland, he came running out, sliding in, and did a slide tackle to save the situation. And that was all they did in a threat wise in the first half. And in the second half, right at the beginning practically, punt up the middle, wee Raskin jumped up to head it, and of course he's too wee, it went over his head, went to Shankland, one pass right through the middle. There was Vargas, thankfully, again, running onto it, unchallenged, only the goal to beat. In fact, Jack Butland hesitated. He went forward and then he retreated as if he didn't know whether to close him down or not. And thankfully, the guy hit it off the post. And that was the 2 only threats, never mind biggest threats, in the whole game. Later on, they had another shot. A guy shot from about 20 yards and it went a couple of feet swerving past the post. Never looked to be going in, but you don't want them to have free shots from like 18 yards or so. So that was their attacking threats, basically. But what annoyed the crowd mainly was the fact that they had most of the possession, or so it seemed at the time, but not just in their own half. They were have possession in our half, passing it about unchallenged. And as usual, but even more so this time, we gave the other team far too much time and space on the ball. We weren't harassing them, pressing them, getting stuck in, just letting them pass it about. Hearts must have thought it was Christmas already, because I'm sure when they play the likes of Dundee United, Motherwell, Kilmarnock, they don't get that time and space on the ball. I'm sure even these wee diddy teams get stuck in and harass them and make sure they have to get rid of the ball quickly. But no, we let them look up, walk about, pass it to each other unchallenged, nobody going anywhere near them. It was just ridiculous. Do that against Celtic and we will be annihilated. That's Hearts, well, second bottom of the league, and probably that's the best I've played this season, simply because we allowed it. We just didn't challenge them, didn't get stuck in, didn't press them, didn't harass them. And going forward, our passing at times was diabolical, just incompetent, sloppy passing, giving the ball away. So we were bad. Hearts probably were the best they've been this season, and yet what did I say, 2 shots at goal, none on target. That's why they're second bottom of the league, probably. But I bet they wish every game was as easy as that to defend. So we had about 3 or 4 shots after the first goal, which came from a good move, admittedly, early on. A good move. Tavernier had a low, hard shot. From our angle, it was going wide, and somehow Drossers, from about 3 feet out, managed to deflect into the net. We thought it might have even been an own goal, but apparently he did deflect it into the net. So good on him. And it went on from there to, do exactly nothing except stumble about the rest of the game. How he lasted, 70 minutes is beyond me. How the manager could watch that. So he ran from one defender to another, never quite reaching them, of course, to tackle or close them down. But that was it. That was his contribution the rest of the game. As I say, we had 3 or 4 shots that half. One, I think the goalie had to save from Czerny. The others, just blocked or went past or whatever. So not good from the shooting point of view. Second half, the best chance we had, the last 5 minutes or so, when Dowell, you're in trouble when Dowell comes on as a sub. Dowell actually cut it back for the other sub, Danilo, who was only on about 12 minutes, and he should have hit it first time, but he must be watching Drossers during games, because he took a touch, and then by the time he shot, it was blocked by a guy about 3 feet away from him. So that was his one chance. And then a few minutes after that, another decent move. We got possession. Dowell, of all people, again passed it nicely into the box to Danilo. He cut it back. Now, if he'd cut it back into the middle on the deck, it would have been a cert goal. But the way he hit it, it was like 3 feet off the ground by the time Casangueiro, of all people, volleyed it. And we all jumped up thinking it was in the net, but it hit the underside of the bar and then bounced away to safety. So that was 3 minutes from the end. We could have all sat back and relaxed at that point, but no, we had to suffer that plus I think another 3 minutes. So it's one of these games where a 1-0 isn't comfortable, especially the way things were going. We couldn't have complained if Hearts had scored an equaliser. We could have said, well, serves us right for the way we've played. Raskin, man of the match, undoubtedly. Connor Barron, again, good game. But he's subbed with 20 minutes to go, and the crowd really let the manager know what they thought of that. A disgraceful substitution. Apparently, the sports scientists again are telling him you've got to take him off because he might get an injury if he plays 90 minutes. I mean, what is the world coming to when people are saying that? Don't want to risk an injury. We've had so many injuries from guys playing 5 minutes and 10 minutes and in training that you can't risk a guy who's as fit as Connor Barron and is determined, and you put a sub on just for that reason. Unbelievable. And Tavernier, another shocking game. Terrible passing, terrible crosses, giving it away under no pressure, putting us under pressure at times. Just shocking. How he started, who knows, and how he lasted, I think it was 70 minutes, was a disgrace as well. And you know the way the game's going when the first subs are Sterling, Casangueiro to shore up the defensive side of the team, and then later on it was McCausland and Dowell. And you never want to see Dowell coming on, so that was a bad sign as well. But just a shocking performance. 3 points is all you can take from it, and hope something changes in the 2-week break before the next game at Ibrox, which is against Dundee United. As I say, Raskin was good, Barron was good, Shefty was good, although he did some stupid things. Actually, that's the trouble with a lot of these players in our team. They can do really good things, but some of them do more bad things or make more mistakes than do good things. So that's something that's worrying. There's others that can never do anything good, so they shouldn't even be in the team, obviously. So I give Shefty pass marks. Ditto Suter. He made the one mistake. That I remember, that was the pass back that should have resulted in a goal. So I say he only made one mistake. That could have been catastrophic. But he had a decent game apart from that. And while I'm at it, will they stop giving the ball to Suter or Balogun, who then looks up, passes it across the park to Suter or Balogun, who then passes it back to Suter or Balogun, and we don't actually go forward with the ball? That gets the crowd ballistic. I mean, just ridiculous. You've got to make forward passes or go forward and try and create something from defence. So let's forget all about that and have a nice 2-week break.